There's this pet food company whose name just really makes me angry. It's Science Diet. This idea that science could somehow make a better diet for our pets than nature is something that I just find so offensive. Instead, what they do is produce fake science that they fund to justify their low quality, highly processed starch and grain heavy products. Then they go to the veterinary community and say, hey, look, we have science. Then the vets, who do no further research at all, just blindly accept it as evidence based and recommend it to their clients. With this going on, is it any wonder why our dogs and cats eating this highly processed kibble have higher rates of chronic disease than any other species on the planet? When Science Diet and similar companies produce fake science that says high-starch diets are good for carnivorous dogs and cats, they can pull the wool over pet parents' eyes with stupid articles like this that say, corn is a good pet food ingredient because it has beta-carotene, vitamin E, and antioxidants which may potentially reduce some form of cancer, heart disease, cataracts, and stroke and more, and then goes on to say how great it is because it has the polyunsaturated fat linoleic acid. Oh yeah? Then why are those conditions so prevalent in animals eating your scientifically produced diets? But in doing so, they're actually hiding a much more important question. While there's no doubt that dogs and cats can eat grains and starch, the question we should ask is whether or not the 40 to 60% starch found in almost all kibbles provides the same nutrient quality as the animal-based foods that they're replacing it with. And the answer is absolutely not. Animal foods are complete protein sources and will provide all amino acids needed by our pets' bodies. The same is not true for grains and starch. Most notably are taurine, which is very important for the heart, arginine, which is used for nitric oxide production amongst other things, carnitine, needed for fat metabolism in the mitochondria, and cysteine for glutathione production, just to name a few. Also important are the fatty acid profiles. While Science Diet claims that linoleic acid in corn is a good thing, that is specifically something I want to avoid. That's the same polyunsaturated omega-6 found in seed oils that has no place in high concentration in our pets' diets. Not only is it pro-inflammatory, but it throws off the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, and the long-chain omega-3s DHA and EPA, which are so important to the heart, brain, and cell membrane health, are not found anywhere in the grains and starch and are also highly sensitive to heat and processing, and therefore are completely missing from processed pet foods. If you do find omega-3s, they'll be in the plant-based form of alpha-linoleic acid, which dogs and cats do not convert into DHA and EPA efficiently. And the saturated fats in animal foods are the carriers for the very important fat-soluble vitamins A, E, D, and K. Not only that, but grains and corn actually contain anti-nutrients. Meat and organs are also very metabolically active tissue, meaning that they're dense with mitochondria. Since mitochondria is where energy is produced in the cell, that means those foods are also dense with the cofactors needed for the production of energy. Most notably, this means they have all the B vitamins, some of which, such as B12 and B2, are very hard to find in plant sources and totally missing from the grain and starch ingredients. But you also get really cool things like CoQ10 and NAD. Animal foods also have very important minerals such as iron, zinc, copper, and phosphorus in their bioavailable forms, which are also used for many things, including the production of energy in the mitochondria and bone health. Since their starch-heavy processed foods are devoid of these and many other nutrients, companies like Science Diet rely heavily on synthetic supplementation, many of which are derived from petroleum byproducts and toxic. And real quick, I just want to show you the worst of the worst, which are these insanely expensive so-called prescription diets. There isn't any real food in here at all. Chicken byproduct meal, which is just the leftover bits and was rendered with high heat and pressure before being used as a so-called raw ingredient, before being processed a second time with high heat and pressure when extruded. Then we have a bunch of grains, fiber, coconut oil, which is the only actual food in here, and a whole bunch of isolated supplements. How any veterinarian could think this is good for a sick animal is absolutely ridiculous to me. Obviously, they haven't applied even the slightest bit of critical thinking against that fake, industry-produced science that's telling them so. In conclusion, a science-based diet, in my opinion, will never compare to the diet that nature has already provided for our pets. Please stop giving money to companies such as Hill Science Diet and any vet that tries to sell you these highly processed, food-like products. Our beloved pets really do deserve better. Thank you. Take care.
Don't forget to love your pets, and they'll never forget to love you.